Well, it's February again, which means it's time for the second year of Flash February. That time of the year where I check out a few Flash games. Sure, you may say that these reviews aren't as good as my regular ones, but hell, it gives me a short break to do something easy for a change, okay? For week number 1, I'm checking out a sequel to the game I looked at last year. To be precise, it's Road of the Dead 2. If you don't recall, I said it was fun but incredibly brutal in challenge, so once you get to a certain point, it's nearly impossible to continue on. Road of the Dead 2 doesn't drop the challenge so much, but instead just makes the difficulty curve a bit more gradual to at least give you some sort of chance. You play as two soldiers named Diane and Cochetta. The army isn't winning the fight against the mutants, and many of them are turning into the same things that they are fighting. Diane and Cochetta say fuck it, and decide to race to the end of the city to try to escape the quarantine. There's a ton of new content available in this one, and one of the biggest upgrades is the dual driver system. Basically, right from the start, you get to choose which character you want to drive, and which to be the gunner. You can switch this at any time by pressing the shift key, but it takes a bit of time and you won't be able to steer when doing so. Each character has their own independent stats, so it's up to you if you want one to be the full-time driver and the other to be the full-time gunner, or to mix them both up so each are equally as skilled as the other. In addition, some stats increase automatically, and others need to be purchased by using the RP that are gained by progressing in the game, killing zombies, or completing achievements. So what's the point of having two drivers? Well, unlike in the first game, where you play as a lone guy trying to escape the city, now you have one character to drive and one shoot the zombies. As such, there are a lot more weapons available this time around, and ammo is much more plentiful. Each character has a different set of weapons other than the starting pistol. In addition, each gun has several upgradable stats, improving bullet damage, accuracy, and the storage capacity of each weapon. Because of the new mechanics, the controls are a bit more complex. You use the W, A, S, and D keys to steer the Hummer, and the mouse to aim the crosshair, used to fire at zombies and other hazards. It works out great because it's still simple to get used to. At the same time, it may be a bit harder to concentrate on one thing or the other though, since you have to focus on evading cars and spike strips while shooting zombies. The zombies' AI seems to have been improved slightly, probably because of the new shooting system. Now, many more of them will leap onto the hood of your vehicle, and in addition, you can have up to 2 mutants on the hood at any one time. If you can't shoot or ram them off, they'll leap off the hood and into your vehicle, instantly killing both characters and forcing you to restart a checkpoint. Your guns do have limited ammo, and as such, you'll need to find ways to replenish them. As such, you'll find that when driving around, you'll see various buildings that you can explore. Many of them are simple ammo caches, which you'll be able to gain more bullets for all of your weapons. In addition, you can find weapon caches, which can also be used to upgrade your weapons, and other buildings like the police stations and churches in which you can upgrade other stats, such as different passive perks and character upgrades. These places also have a secondary function. You can risk your safety by stopping and picking up uninfected civilians, so that you can drop them off for extra RP. It's not something that you need to do, but every bit of RP helps. Let me explain the upgrade process a bit. When you're upgrading things on the restart screen, you do them immediately, as long as you have the available RP. However, if you decide to upgrade things when you're driving around, you'll have to protect the driver while they either retrieve the ammo or research the upgrade. You can leave if things get too hot, but doing so will cancel out the upgrade's progress. The good thing is that although you're sitting still, the gunman can still freely fire at approaching enemies to safeguard the driver. Another new addition to the game is a much more diverse environment. Instead of driving down a bland highway devoid of detail, you now drive down a massive road that also goes into parks, fields, and even alleyways. Sure, it may not be a lot, but it's vastly improved over the original's game, so it's something that's nice to look at. There's also a lot more hazards to deal with. There are many other zombie types, like ones that play dead but hop on the hood as you drive over them, ones that take a ton of shots before falling, and the most annoying of all, the mutated soldiers. Since these guys are armored, they have a chance of deflecting any bullets that you fire at them. These guys are annoying because they will eat up a lot of bullets before their heads go pop. In addition to the new zombie types, there's also environmental hazards. Mines come in 2 types, regular and proximity. The proximity ones are especially dangerous since they do a lot of damage to your characters, so it's recommended that you shoot them out before getting close. Thankfully, these are highlighted with red or green beams so that they are easier to see, in addition to having the audible beeping noises. In addition, you can run into gas tankers, which is not recommended. Hitting one of these head-on is almost a guaranteed death, so it's best to shoot these out to make them go boom and hopefully kill some zombies in a blast as well. All in all, Road of the Dead 2 is a huge improvement over the original game, but it's still ball-busting hard. Its improvement in the driving and shooting areas make it much more fun to play, and the additional upgrades help to make it a more fulfilling experience. It's also nice to see that there's more areas to drive around in, and I did enjoy the way that you acquire ammunition when driving around. Overall, if you like zombie flash games, this is a must-play. Final score? 5 out of 5. This is Reaper. And as always, check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/ReapersReviews. Happy fragging.